watching Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness. I'm Laura Wilson, teaching you ways to modify yoga workouts so that everybody can keep moving. And today we're going to focus on arthritis. It can attack just about any joint in our body. There's over 100 forms of arthritis, so more than likely as we age, we're going to experience one of those. So this workout today is going to be entirely standing so that we can keep flowing, keeping fluidity and motion at our major joints, knees, hips, shoulders, wrists, and fingers. No extra equipment is necessary for this. I do recommend a nice safe space with a mat. I'm on a carpet that's soft and not slippery, so make sure that you have a space that you're not going to slip and slide in. While you're getting ready, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Ask your friends to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and let me know if you want more videos that focus on particular situations like arthritis. We have all kinds of different things that hit us as we age, and we can find ways to make those more accommodating or accommodate our exercise for those reasons. So let me know in the comments below if you like this yoga for arthritis. And if you want more videos of this sort, it helps me out with my planning. Let's go ahead and we're going to orient our mat so that it's sideways and we can step out wide again without sliding, turning our toes out just a little bit. And let's just start here nice and tall, wide leg mountain, relaxing our shoulders, drawing our belly up under our ribs, tucking our tailbone, and just taking a few deep breaths. And just noticing if we are feeling any kind of flare-ups in our body, being aware of that as we do move. And we're actually just going to start at our hands, open and close. Continuing to breathe deeply. Let's flex and point through our wrists. If we're feeling it, we can take this to one rotation each direction. And again, open and close. Let's play a little piano. I've heard where movement is medicine, especially for things like arthritis. And let's just kind of rotate through our forearms here. And we'll take our hands to our hips. Slight bend in our knees. Let's hinge forward just a little bit, and we're going to shift side to side. So key things, keeping our knees behind our toes, not going any further than our own feet. Let's come back to the center, hinge forward, lifting up, hinging forward again. We don't even want to come about a fourth of the way forward, heart pressing forward. Let's come up, walk our feet in, about halfway, we'll circle our hips. Both ways. Let's walk our feet back out again, turning them out slightly, and let's drop our hips way back. So we can keep this higher, but make sure that when we're dropping into this, we're pushing our hips back, then bending our knees. We don't want to start with our knees because that hurts. We want to heal and help our knees today. So press back here. Elbows to our hips. Let's do a few moonflowers. We're going to inhale up, exhale down. So think again about pushing through your hips first, so knees stay behind toes. Imagine you're doing pull-ups. That way we're working into our upper back, which helps with our shoulders. Let's come up, turn our toes in just a little bit, and this time we're going to hinge forward as we come down. Shift your hips back, hinge. And let's bring this up. Let's walk this back in again for just a moment. Reach our hands back, clasp, and let's open across our chest. Should have our heart rate up a little bit. So let's do a move, a flow that's going to work every joint in our body. So let's step out wide. And we're going to take our arms out. Now if you prefer, you can keep hands at hips for most of this, but we can also take this to full on arms parallel to the floor. Let's lift the toes of one foot. We're going to find warrior two. Then we're going to flip that hand, reach forward and then up, reverse warrior. Bring this back to warrior two. We're going to lift up, pivot those toes, pivot the others out, warrior two on the other side. Flip this hand, reaching up, back to warrior two, and we're going to bring it back to the front. So let's take this as a flow with our breath. We're going to inhale here, exhale, pivot, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to the front, pivot and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, and exhale, warrior two. So let's do that a few more times on each side. Basically, just remember to exhale on the warrior twos, keeping our knee behind our toes, shoulders over hips. One more on this side. Let's bring this up halfway in, reach back, clasp, open across our chest. We can even circle here, both ways. Let's take this back out again, and we're going to pivot and take it to warrior two on this side. Let's flip this hand, reaching up, reverse warrior. And let's touch our finger, our thumb, to each finger in turn. Pinky, ring, middle, index. Speeding that up once we get it. Spreading our fingers wide. Let's bring this forearm to our thigh. Stack this shoulder over the lower shoulder. If you choose, reaching straight out from where we are, or we can even slide our hand around, opening that shoulder even more. Keeping our gaze straight ahead or to the floor today. And let's lift up back to warrior two. And we're going to straighten out. We're going to keep our arms parallel to the floor. Shift our hips back, reach forward, high triangle. Let's flip this palm. We're going to come back to reverse warrior. Now we're going to touch our index finger first, making our way to our pinky. Try it fast. Actually did pretty good there. Straighten it out. All right, let's come up, take this to the other side. So let's reverse warrior. And we'll touch pinky first, making our way to our index finger. Faster when we get it. Spread your fingers. Well, let's find our side angle. And again, focus on shoulder over shoulder, extending straight out from where our shoulder is, or resting our arm back. And let's bring this back to warrior two, straightening our legs, shifting our hips one way, reaching the other. Arms parallel to the floor, high triangle. Flipping this palm, let's bring it back to reverse warrior, where we'll touch our index finger first. Spread it out. Let's bring it back to warrior two. Turning forward, hands at our hips. Let's hinge forward. We can hold on to our thighs, calves, or maybe the floor. See if we can rest our head completely forward. And we're going to hinge back up. Let's walk this in and shake it out. So we're going to take a lunge. Let's slide 1 foot forward. We're going to come onto the toes of the back foot. Nice and strong through this back leg, front knee over our ankle. And let's just do an easy twist toward that front leg. We can actually take both of our hands to our hip. Think about straightening up through our spine. Let's release from here, step back, other foot forward, onto the toes of the back foot, hips forward. And again, we'll take an easy twist this way. Spine lifting tall. Unwinding from here, and we are going to take this to a little bit of balance. So mirror our wall perhaps. Let's just lift this foot up toward our bottom. And a lot of this depends on how our knee feels if we want to take hold of our foot. Hold on if we need to. Let's release from here, rotate this arm out. And we'll take this to the other side. So just lifting this foot up to our bottom. And again, it just depends on how it feels today. If you want to, grab your foot. Try letting go of the wall. And let's release from that, rotating this shoulder all the way out. I've been sleeping on it kind of funny, so there we go. And again, day to day, depending on how we sleep, that can affect how our body feels the next day. And let's release from there. Shaking out each leg. We've kind of worked knees and hips. Let's focus on some shoulder now, pushing one hand into the floor, dropping our head away, getting some space between our ear and our shoulder. Let's lift up from here. We're going to take this arm up and press it back. And we can also reach around from behind, stretching across this shoulder. And let's bring this hand up. Just easy movements of our wrists. And we're going to take this arm across. Let's come back to the center, press our other hand into the floor, drop our head away. Get as much space between our shoulder and ear as we can. Releasing from there, let's take this arm up, again pressing here or here. Releasing from there, just easy movements of our shoulder or wrist as we draw this arm across. Spreading our fingers. And let's release from here. So we're going to step out wide on our mat again. We're going to take it to some stretches now. We've done some flow to bring movement and fluid to our joints. So let's begin to stretch here, drawing our shoulder blades together, toes pointing forward. And we're going to shift our hips back and come about a quarter of the way forward, shoulder blades still touching. And then we can come halfway forward, shoulder blades touching each other. And let's lift up from here. We're going to extend one arm overhead. Let's really reach for the ceiling. We're going to lunge over to the other side and let's angle this out. Keeping this knee behind our toes. Let's come back to the center. Begin by reaching straight up. Now we're going to angle over. Keep this knee back. Angle out. Bring this back in, taking our hands in interlace. Let's press our knuckles forward and then reach up overhead. Some people can go back further. And let's lower this down, pressing our palms forward. If our hands and wrists are up to this, and then checking in with our shoulders, elbows, forearms as we lift. Let's bring this down. Now we're going to switch the hand that's on top. Press forward and then up. And again, if we're up to it, let's flip this, taking it up. And again, just as far as we can through our own personal range of motion today. And let's bring that down, shake it out. So swing our arms forward and back for a moment. And I tell you what, let's bring it here and a little bounce like we're walking. And we can make this even bigger. Take it back down. And let's step out just a little bit. We're going to twist from our waist and just let our arms rest. Coming back to the center, let's bring our feet together. Press our hands to the floor. Depending on our balance today, let's reach our hands to the ceiling. We can always separate our feet back out. Let's take this to one more side stretch. Other side. And we're going to bring this down, easy fists, feet hip distance. Let's place that on our bottoms, lengthen up to the ceiling, and if we're feeling it, taking this to a back bend. Hinging back up, feet together. We're going to do a full body twist to one side. Unwind, full body twist other side. Opening out here, let's step our feet just a little wider than hip distance, shoulder distance this time. Soft bend in our knees, pressing our shoulders to the floor, stacking our head. And just relaxing here for a moment. If it feels good, we can swing forward and back or side to side. That just kind of moves the energy, our chi or prana, throughout our body. If you prefer to be still, you can be still. And while we're here, just kind of checking in with each joint in our body, seeing how they're feeling at this point. And let me know in the comments if they're feeling better, the same, or even worse. From here, let's take a big inhale up. Exhale, bringing hands to our heart. And I want to thank you again, as always, for joining me here at Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness. Please do subscribe. Let your friends know to subscribe for free. And if you like the video, hit that thumbs up button underneath. Thank you, and I will see you next time.